values that we feel very proud of, 5 main values that we will look into depth with you today in the hope that they will be inspirational for your educational settings because we consider them an educational investment. Next, Maria, please.
Yes, I advanced that. I don't know why it's not moving. Let me try something.
Don't worry. This is live events have.
Yes. Okay. Can you see it now, Pilar?
Yes, we can. Thank you.
Okay.
Yes. Okay. So our vision and values to start with. We aspire at the British Council to offer our pupils the best of both educations, British and Spanish, in a bilingual and bicultural setting when the children reach their full potential. How do we do that? We will tell you later, little by little. For now, another of our main vision statements say that we aim to develop well-rounded, highly motivated global citizens aware of their responsibilities to others and confident in their ability to success. I bet you might be thinking, how on earth does this happen in children from early years into primary and to secondary, right? Building the atmosphere for it, little by little since the age of 2. Please, Maria, continue. So as the part of the British Council in Spain, we want to contribute actively to the Spanish education system, so we generate benefits for both the UK and Spain. And where does all of this start? Okay, imagine our 5 values, which are there in the middle: loyalty, flexibility, caring, resilience, and challenge, are the most expensive chocolates that you can think of, right? And they are in a box, wrapped up in a very expensive paper as well. So wrapped in a box, the box is made of our families, which are our great supports, and a relationship of trust is built throughout the years when they trust in our judgment to take their children from the age of 2 and take them through all of their learning journey throughout the school until they leave to university. Students themselves, because they are loyal to our institution and they are caring and they like to learn with us. Staff, we are fully committed to those children. They are our priority. Our children are number 1 in everything we do. And ex-alumni who have had the experience with us, other schools that we work together with, and we have a sort of hermandad. We are a pair, and we work together and share experiences and good performance, good teaching performance. And future potential families who get in touch with us to see what are the benefits of joining our school. All of that wrapped up with the core with the values at the core of it is what we call our community, the British Council School community. Next, please. So it is about believing in something, right? The big and successful academic experience of the children at our school is very important, but it wouldn't be that important if it wasn't wrapped up by the quality of experience. We believe that these values that were carefully chosen years ago, we were trying to have an impact on all of those different stakeholders in the community. Okay, we do believe they shape the experience and the students' experience at our school. We are committed to a full education around those values. I'll tell you and explain it a little bit more in a minute, because we feel really proud of them. So our children, they learn to apply clear and meaningful values in their lives and for their lives and the way they want to live it. They take responsibility for themselves, their own learning, for example, and for their own learning and others' learning. They try to be the best they can be. They apply this to everything they do, whether it is academically, socially, or personally. And this is something that they are being brought up with. So from the age of 2, we expose these children daily to these key words through different ways. I'll show you in a minute. So loyalty, flexibility, caring, and challenge are 5 key words in our community. When the children are a little older, we explain more in depth each of these values. But at the beginning, through exposure and demonstration, because when you are facing a 2 or a 3-year-old, this is where it all starts. Of course, you're the adult. It's you who have got the linguistic competence and body language to demonstrate what you mean. But the children themselves are embedded and they are growing up in that atmosphere in which we teachers raise and expose them and talk about those values daily. Loyalty is a quality which reinforces the sense of belonging to our community, to our class, to our mates, to our family. I will talk about our families in a minute. And encourages successful teamwork. Flexibility is the ability to find creative solutions and adapt them in a range of different situations. Care and respect for others is very important because this promotes the integration of the students and their support. Resilience, this is one of them. This is the most complicated value because it is a bit harder to understand. However, when you experience being resilient because you have had difficulty and you have had to overcome a setback, is when teachers refer to it to say, well done, you have shown resilience, you've been very resilient. And challenge, well, the word challenge is everywhere. In our school, we do challenge the children every day with everything we do, from academic activities to supracurricular activities or events we do participate in. So a taste for challenge daily must be there, okay? So next, please. What do these values, these 5 values I am presenting to you, really mean in an educational context, in our British Council school context, that you could take to your own educational settings? Caring. Well, children do their best when they are in a caring and protective environment, and our family system ensure that this is the case. From early years to primary and into secondary, our school is divided in little families. That means that by each year group or pair of year groups is together, paired together by letters. For example, foundation stage, nursery and reception A and B are a family of 4 classes. And if we go into primary, ciclo 3, year 5 and year 6, C and D are another family of 4 classes. This family has 4 tutors, and one of those tutors is the family leader. That is the person responsible to cascade down all the information from senior leaders and above, and to ensure the children's attainment and progress throughout the year, and well-being, and the one transmitting these values and how these values are going to be gathered and are going to be put together. Loyalty within these families. So see how these 5 values stick in our system. These families, in the families, the pupils share a responsibility towards their peers, right, and their teachers. They support each other, being loyal to each other. So we develop and we apply that loyalty to the family you are in at that year, which might differ from the one you will be next year because we mix the children, right? We regroup the families from time to time to encourage loyalty amongst everyone in the community. Flexibility. We live in a very rapidly changing world, which shows and brings us an uncertain future. And we encourage our pupils to embrace the changes as opportunities and open doors to new possibilities. Resilience. The children know how to take every difficulty and failure and learn how to overcome adversity successfully. For example, when they have in primary, in the playground, a discussion, right, and an argument, and there's a disagreement, we tell the children to be flexible, think about the other person, think about their feelings, take this as an opportunity to get to know that person better, right? Instead of saying every time this happens, go and tell the teacher. No, try to solve it by yourself. Be resilient. Confront the difficult conversation with that peer, because that's the way we teach them to grow in an environment in which there's a growth mindset atmosphere. And accept challenge. Okay, we encourage our pupils to take on every challenge that we present to them, or that life will present to them in future, right? So that they can reach higher goals and progress in their personal, academic, and social development as unique entities. Next, please. In alignment with these 5 British Council school values, we would like also to present to you because we do with our pupils, some of the enrichment ideas that go with these values that happen in our setting and you could apply to your settings. V for value, because we instill in our pupils the idea that living together is the key element to develop a growth mindset. A mindset in which you feel happy, you want to grow, you want to learn, you want to remain positive, because through all of that, learning will be successful. Achieve the best version of yourself. Be a good person. Try your best, because that will be not just at school. That will not make you at school just a happier pupil, but it will be a lifelong investment. You will be a successful adult if you are able to achieve the best version of yourself. Learning, because we think that learning to learn is an attitude to life. We are all, you behind the screen and myself and Maria here, we learn from every single situation. And that is an attitude that we build throughout the years, and it conforms our future. Uniqueness. Right, uniqueness is one of the most important for us. Each of us is unique. If the children listen from their teachers and carers and people looking after them or teaching them, you are unique. That person grows thinking, everything I do, everything I say, even though I can make mistakes, it's just me. You are unique, and that has got a big meaning for us in the British Council School. Experience. If you experience things, if you experience fighting against setbacks, if you experience being flexible, if you experience caring about a new child within your family and you experience that loyalty, all of those experiences in life will ensure quality learning. And sustainability. We know nowadays how on vogue is this word and how important it is to be sustainable, look after the environment and the planet and all of us, all of those things around us, climate change. So from very early ages, we help the children understand that sustainability is embedded in our school culture. We do the gardening and we recycle and we do everything we can to instill in the children that sustainability is not just because you put the paper in the paper bin. It is a growth mindset. It is something that you need to internalize and be part of yourself. So it happens naturally. Maria, next, please. So in early years, it works a little bit different. In early years, we don't call them values as such. We call them golden rules, okay? So from the golden rules in early years that you can see listed on your left to our 5 values in primary and secondary, to value awards that I will talk to you about that we give to the children in primary and family value awards in secondary. We are going to show you some examples of how we develop these physically, these values in our students from the age of 2, so they can grow confidently in a wider world. The golden rules in early years are, of course, easier. You will see some pictures now from our classes. Is listen, try your best, be kind, be gentle, look after things, be honest. This is from 2 to 5, more or less. So it's pre-nursery, nursery, reception, and year 1. These golden rules are exposed in every single class, and teachers refer to it and go back to them, expose the children to this language, and take every opportunity of, I don't know, imagine 2 pre-nurseries with 2-year-old more or less, just fighting and hitting each other as they would normally do. Then is the adults' intervention there to take that in as an opportunity, of course, to stop it and make them reflect and all that, but also to expose the children to the language. Be kind, be gentle, he's your friend. Okay, so it is really work. You might be thinking, no, will it be possible? It is possible. Exposure is the powerful word here for you. If you expose the children, as we are exposed in our families, to our family values, or our family having customs, our family, I don't know, having dinner always at the same time. We were exposed to those things when we were little, and we have embedded them, and they're part of us. This is the same in an educational context. Next, Maria, please. So here you can see some of the examples that we would like to show you about the golden rules in early years. In all the classes, you will see one of these 3. Okay, you will see, I'm missing some of the picture ones. You will see we love the golden rules with pictograms that the little children who are not literate yet, and many of them do not write or read yet, but they can identify the pictograms. So the pink Elsa the elephant on your left says, you try hard. Okay, so we work hard, keep it hard. Alfred the alligator, so the teacher will ensure that the children are familiar with these characters, will expose the children to this language, will do art and crafts on these characters, and those children will then be able to approach, as they do, to approach this poster with a little, depends on the class, it's a peg or a sticker, and when the teacher says, Maria, you have worked so hard, go to Elsa the elephant and put your name next to it. Well done for working hard. That little girl, 2 or 3-year-old I'm talking about, will learn from that point to get her little sticker with her name and put it in the pink box. Okay. In other classes, they like the bigger pictograms. Maybe this is more nursery. Be kind, be gentle, listen, be showing children from the same age and what it means to be kind. Looking after somebody, trying to give her a kiss, hugging my friend. Okay, be gentle, look after things. This little girl is holding a baby. So if you expose the children to this language and refer back to these posters at all times, taking every opportunity, little by little, that dips in 1 drop and another drop and another drop. Okay, and then golden rules. This is more in reception age, 4-year-old. We are gentle, we are kind and helpful. The language stretches a bit more. The grammatical structures are a bit more shaped. Okay, we listen, we are honest, we are family, the community. It is not just about you. You have an obligation to do this, okay, because this is our ethos, this is our philosophy. But we as a class, we as teachers expect that from you. You are unique. And you can do all of this, and we can work all this out together. And here, if you see the bumblebees there, the bumblebees have this teacher chose bumblebees. There are many other little characters and animals, and each teacher chooses with the children's names. So every time a child who's normally not a good listener in a carpet session to a story has been listening really well, the teacher will say, Jacob, go get your bee and put it in the we listen. So at the end of the day, you will see all of those statements full of bees with the children's names. And that teacher will have ensured that every day the children experience at least one of those golden rules and values. Next, please. This is more examples. If we move up to year 1, for example, there is the example itself. You will see our 5 values posted in every class, shown in every class wall, next to the golden rules. This is a year 1 class, so that teacher is getting the children ready to the values names themselves because year 2 is primary in our school. The bumblebees, the competency characters that Maria will talk to you about in a minute. And then this impacts us straight away in behavior. Sometimes we teachers think, oh God, what am I going to do with him or her? I cannot get him sitting down properly. I cannot get her stop tapping on somebody else's shoulder. Behavior is not as good as we expect. Right, use these values. These values have created, and these golden rules have created, that both in early years and primary, we have, in every class, there is a behavior chart. These are a couple of examples from the early years building, one from year 1 and another one from reception. This teacher chose the rockets, right? And it goes from the very low that we cannot see, that it will say something like think again or consequence or something like that, to ready to blast off, shining star, out of this world. And the children will get the rockets with their names and move themselves up. But this movement of going up will be always in alignment with the golden rule language and the value that you have been applying in that activity, in that game with a friend, in that reaction that you had with me because I asked you for something challenging and you showed resilience and flexibility to want it to take it and take the opportunity to learn. So it is all a language, it is all an atmosphere, it is all about growing in an enriched learning community. Next, please. Over in primary, the middle poster is our most important one, is our primary agreements. Be the best you can be. This poster is all around primary. This is children from year 2 to year 6, okay? And in this text, you can see it is like a contract, sort of contract. We agree to, and we agree not to, which is very important as well. This is all around the school, displayed. The children, many of them are literate, well, the little ones are still, but they can read this and they can see it exposed, exposure, remember that's the keywords, everywhere. But it is also included in our students' planner in the first or second page, after or before, I don't remember, the code of conduct and the value awards list that we will show you in a minute. That is signed by both parents and pupil. So parents and pupil agree to be the best we can be within our community. And I agree to all of this. Always be honest and tell the truth. That's really hard for a year 2, but we try, we help, we instill them to always say the truth. Treat others the way you would like to be treated. So you see the language changes because it is more in alignment with challenge, flexibility, but the message is the same. The only thing we have adapted is that now this is more age appropriate. Okay, it is tailored to the age of the children. This brings together a lot of other posters that we thought would help our enhance the core values and all the activities coming with it. For example, before you act or speak, think, right? T for, is it truthful? Is it helpful? Is it inspiring? Is it necessary? Is it kind? So this has got also a lot to do with our values. Are you in a forest line, straight, silent, still, but smiling? A line and lining up in a school and being in an ordered line and quiet line doesn't mean that we are soldiers or we treat the children in a very hard way. No, we want you to understand that this is part of our school community rules, which come from the values. Next, please, Maria. And over in primary, you can see on the right the behavior charts that all classes have got displayed. From consequence, here there are consequences, age appropriate. Children have got to understand that things we learn in a positive way, but if you don't show that commitment, it might be there might be a consequence. So all classes from 2 to 6 display these primary behavior charts, where you can see the pegs. This is a 2 or 3 because the pegs up in year 6 are not so so childish, and the children are the ones vocalizing, Mr. or Mrs. whoever. I think I've done an extraordinary piece of work with this maths investigation activity. and I think I deserve to move up. And if the teacher considers that petition is fair, or the child can speak on behalf of somebody else who maybe doesn't dare or is shy, then the pupils themselves go up in the ladder, and the teachers invite the children to come up to the behavior chart and move themselves, thus accepting and taking responsibility for their own challenging and feeling that ownership of my own behavior and my own performance as a student. Okay. On the left, you see that this is more in 2 and 3. I need some more help from the teacher. The traffic lights, when the children do not understand, some teachers have put these posters in the class saying, right, show me red if you need more help from me because you don't understand the task. Yellow, I'm there, sort of, I'm not very sure. Green, I fully understand. If you're not sure that a child has understood, you can say, which traffic light color would you like to tell me? Okay, and the voice levels, right? Sometimes 0 is no talking if we are in silent reading or helping a visitor, or listening to a visitor, 0. And the children, 1 is whispering, small group and partner work, normal voice, front of the class. If the voice levels go very high, the teacher can always say, hey, we are in 4, it is the moment for a 1. So everything around the values evolves, becomes really creative, and each teacher is able to share this with the children. Here at the bottom, you can see the growth mindset flags. I ask how to improve, I embrace challenge, I like to stretch myself, take risks and learn, and I support and encourage others. These ticks in all values, right? If you support and encourage other learners, for example, a new child coming into the class and the family, you are being caring, you are demonstrating resilience, you are being challenged by looking after him, and you might have wanted to take that challenge all by yourself, thus being responsible. So you see, it is all a lot of things that come together and create this atmosphere. And then the primary agreements, there's internet safety rules, and those 7 characters that I'm going to tell you about in next slide. Please, Maria. No, not yet, in a minute. This is the planner that I was talking to you about. Our values are the first setting stone we created at British Council School, from which the rest of all I'm telling you has come with the years. And they are very visible at the back of a student planner. This is a student planner. Inside the planner, in the first pages, we've got the primary agreements, and we've got these pages which are to record the value awards. Teachers and children can give awards, and the children present themselves because they think and they can vocalize and articulate that they think they deserve a value award for something that happens in the class. So from year 2, the children will have lots of these pages ticked by the teacher, or sometimes themselves with the teacher's agreement, of course. On one of the 5 values, underneath there's a line, sorry for the picture, it's not very good quality. The child will write himself, I was awarded with the challenge award because I took the maths investigation activity and completed it successfully. And it'll be there, the date and the signature of the teacher. These will then represent accounts for the class. Each class will bring that count and how many value awards in the family, and each family, each term will win something, right? So it is a competition, yeah, but a sort of value-based competition. The prize, it being maybe a non-uniform day or a special menu in the dining room, it is decided in between the teams, okay? These value awards count provide detail, right, for both teachers and for parents and for the child on how the individual actions impacts in the community, okay, or their own learning and confidence, because some children are not very confident, maybe to speak up in the class or to raise the hand, and this helps the children's confidence. Oh, I've got a lot of values, my class have got 100 and I don't know, and we are going to be the winners this month. Next, please. So all of this is what I wanted to tell you. We thought some years ago, right, this is going really well. The values are embedded in our community now. How can we make this look even better? So we looked into the Spanish competencias, Spanish curriculum competencias, and we have converted them and transformed them for us. And the children have created these characters, so they are familiarized with the competencies, which is something that they apply and they develop in their academic way. And Maria is gonna talk to you more in depth about this. This is primary level, so the children get to know these characters and what each competency means. I think this is all from me, or next for Maria. Yeah, so values, primary, characters, competencies, enrichment, activities, solidarity events, all of these conforms our British Council School world. So I pass on to my mate now. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Pilar. So, of course, the educational journey of the student, which starts in our school at the age of 2 and continues until they attend the university and they start their career looking for professional pathways, is something that we need to plan very carefully, and we need to make sure that the people that spend maybe more time with us than with their families is ready for, as Pilar said, this changing world that regards all these values, no? In this case, for my last example, the flexibility one. So years ago, we started to look at the program and the experience that we provide to the students in a different way. As Pilar was explaining, with the competencies glasses, no, with another vision through a different window. So of course we are in education trying to give the tools to the students to solve problems, because really that's what the life is about. And we try to give them all the equipment that they need to feel that they can achieve in this challenging world. So you can see, and I'm not going to go through definitions or read something that you can read at the moment, but I really am a very visual learner, and I do feel that all these pieces that we provide, which have different dimensions, as Pilar was saying, skills, attitudes, values, concepts, all there together are going to conform visions, okay, of students, are going to create images and ideas in their minds. So as you can see, with the same pieces, I can create a fantastic sustainable forest, or I can create a wave or a piece of art. So basically what it is about in our school, and I assume in your schools nowadays, is that the students learn about why a concept is useful in the real life, why this application is going to reinforce the future learner of the student, the prior learner and learning, embed the future learning, and it's a process. It's something that is going to be developed bit by bit, and it's not going to be easy. We are going to have challenges, obstacles, hurdles to jump, but bit by bit, we are going to become more effective in certain tasks, in certain areas, and there are others always that are going to be new or are going to be more difficult, but that is what life is about, and we shouldn't be afraid of it. So you can see now in your screen our ethos. Now, our school, as all of them, we want to know where we are going. No, Pilar has been explaining that very well, how we start and how we have to create an atmosphere that is something that you can breathe, that is going to nurture your experience in the school, and is something that you really need to feel as a student, and also as a member of the staff, of something that is real, because otherwise it's not going to work. So this ethos that you can see, okay, we try to make it very practical, to make sure that express our vision and our mission towards the families that are part of our community. No? And really what we try to do is to transform these beautiful words in something that are actions, that are learning opportunities, that are part of a process. and also always remember where we are. We are in Spain, and we have a commitment to make sure that our students have that link with the British culture, and they live with that in their mind, in their genes, and they transmit it. As Pilar was saying, more and more our students are children of alumni, and that's something that really makes us feel this is working. This is what we want. We want to grow and extend, but when the children that we receive are the children of students that we had, that's something that really make us feel emotional in a beautiful way. Okay, so I'm going to pass to the next slide. And as Pilar was saying, anywhere that we look around in Spain, of course, because it's where we are, in Europe, around us, we know looking towards the employability of the students, because this is why educational systems are here. We really need to make sure that the students are ready. In our generation, in mine and Pilar's, we have discovered how important it is to have that attitude that she was expressing to. We need to be long life learners. We cannot decide that we are an expert in something and that's it. We need to keep going. And also, it's not only about myself as a unique person, it's about what I'm doing for the community. What is the world that I want to live in? What is the world that I want to transmit to next generation? So we need to raise the awareness of the students of how their actions impact on the life of others and in their own life, that they are the decisions that they are making, even in their learning process. And raising that awareness, of course, create responsibility and reduce also the stress levels and the pressure when the challenge is bigger or is higher. Why? Because the students have been exposed to those experiences since they were very young. Okay, so when we start to look at this years ago, we decided that we want everything. We can see that on one hand, we have in the Anglo-Saxon world.
Maria, sorry to interrupt. The PowerPoint isn't changing. Could you stop sharing and share again, please?
Yes, of course.
Thank you.
Okay, let's see. Can you see it right now? If not, I will do it again.
Yeah, it's still not changing. Could you do it again, please?
Is there? No?
I can see it.
You see it
now? Maria, which slide do you want? The school priorities or?
Yes.
All right, I'll try and do that.
Okay.
Oh, hang on.
To stop sharing?
No, yeah.
Okay, maybe it's me. Please continue.
Okay.
I think we're good now. No, it wasn't changing.
Okay.
Is that? Oh no, it's still not.
Okay, can you see it? I just change it again.
I'll try again. No, it's for some reason it's not changing on the screen, although I'm sending it live, Maria. So you've got, just so you know, yeah, try again. You've got 10 minutes, so don't panic. You've still got time.
No,
it's so interesting. I'm sure people are happy to wait.
Okay, I'm very sorry. Let's see.
No, don't worry. Take your time.
Okay, can you see it now?
I can. I don't know whether our attendees can, but I can see it perfectly well.
Fiona, can you send it live or do you want me to try?
I can only see the previous slide.
Okay, let me try again and send it live. No, it just seems to be blocked on the previous slide. Do you want me to tell you what's on the slide? Is that I mean, we've got 10 minutes.
Okay, I'm going to do it right again, and if not, you can say it to me, and we go from there.
Well, we've got 8 minutes left, so don't worry.
Okay. So I was in the school priorities, and if you can request the control and pass one to the other, I don't need to see what is on the slide. Okay.
No, it won't go in.
No. Okay. Okay. If not, I can talk.
Yeah, I think that's fine.
Okay. So, okay, I'm going to continue while they are trying to bring live the presentation, and if not, I hope that I'm not talking too much. So basically, I was saying that in our school, when we look around us, what is happening in Europe, what is happening in Spain and in the United States, we found that there were lots of connections that in different places we were saying the same with different words. And we want to include everything. We didn't want to select. And at the same time, we are the type of people, the teams that work in the school that loves to find connections. And we know that being transversal and finding within the curriculum, for example, how teaching orienteering in PE supports the teaching of geography. That's our attitude. We try to embed each other's learning and teaching and learning. So we include the values, of course. We include the different teams and the 21st century skills and the European framework for competencies. Okay, so we continue from there. Continuing, I don't know if I can change or you can change or not the slide. We decided to try to be accurate and try to check, being objective, what are we doing in the school in terms of curriculum and supracurriculum. So looking to key indicators, we try to be factual and assess what type of opportunities we are offering, if these opportunities are elective for the students or are selective, the teachers select who is going to take part. And we built a roadmap from the age of 2 to the age of 18, when there are different steps for the children to grow and the challenge to grow and build that person that they want to be, as Pilar was saying. No, they are unique. They have their own pathway. Okay, this is exactly what I was talking about. No, this is part of our internal assessment, no, of what we are offering to the students in terms of values and competencies and the interactions of both. No, and you can see that picture of the brain and the heart. One thing without the other. The experience without the value doesn't go where we want the children to go. You can pass to the next slide if you want. I'm going to try to speed myself. So basically our vision in the school is that we are working with citizens. They are not children. They are making decisions. They have an impact in each other's life. So you are not just you. You are building our community. You are part of a society. And this involves responsibilities and positive and negative consequences. As Pilar was saying, the reward system grows as the student grows. You can pass to the next slide if you want. Okay, so we are all familiar with all of this. This small picture of that strange soup is about that. No, you have different ingredients, and what you want to create is a unique flavor with a combination of everything. You can recognize bits, of course, but the combination is what we want to achieve for our students' experience. All the competencies and all the values together, plus the applied knowledge for their life together. And below this small picture, you can see different experiences.
I'm not sure if they're seeing the picture. I'm not sure.
Okay. Okay. So basically, what I'm talking about is putting together different competencies, elements, values in the form of a trip or a concert or a robotics workshop, an Olympic day, a declamation challenge, where all these values and all these skills and competencies are together represented. Okay, I'm going to keep talking, trying to close in a good way. It's not about where the student is going, it's about how is covering the pathway, why and when is going to do it. So our planning is very careful. Our roadmap goes where the student wants to go, but in the meantime, is going to be exposed to all these situations, being ready, of course, when it's going to learn to win and lose, and life is not easy, but look, you're resilient. This is what is going to make you stronger. And combining all these opportunities, the students embrace the values, the community is going to embrace them, and they feel that they are part of something bigger, which really is what inspires people, and it's going to make these young people inspire others when they are older, no? When they are growing. And Pilar and myself, we work in a team when we try to produce opportunities to work in the wider community, like trips to Romania, to work in an orphanage, to other trips to Congo years ago to work in a public library that the school contributes to fundraise. We visit elderly residences just for a chat or to play. Last year with the COVID, we wrote letters. We sent letters to the Aladina Foundation for Children with Cancer. So it's not about that I'm giving something. You are giving me knowledge that also that there are other types of life. There is people around me with different experiences. I'm going to share mine, and I'm going to take theirs to develop emotional intelligence and empathy. As Pilar said.
Maria, I'm sorry to interrupt, but because we have to get people to the next talk, I think we're going to close it there, and maybe I just want to thank both of you for an incredibly interesting talk. I'm sure that other people feel the same. For me, it was really interesting it's probably the first time I've seen it well represented how all the different schemes, we've got our own competencies for Spain, for the state system, digital, like European, other sort of schemes that we have to take into consideration. But I think you've shown how a school sort of establishing its own values can actually help us to unify all these different objectives and help our students grow into citizens. So thank you very much. We apologise for the technical glitch there. We don't know why that happened, but I've given you the link where you will be able to find the speakers' PowerPoint, and our two speakers are representing our British Council school, so you can also find them through that school if you have any other questions. So thank you very much to both Pilar and Maria, and to Fiona for all the help. And we hope to see you all in the next talk in 10 minutes time. Remember that you can go back to your emails to get the links where you'll find where you registered. And if you haven't registered for a talk, you can go straight back to the conference page, and you can still register. So we'll see you soon. Thank you very much to everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you.